Now in this video we're going to talk more about the form attributes. The attribute that we've already seen is the action attribute. Now there's more attributes that you could give your form if you want to make use of them, and one of them is the target attribute that we're going to see. Now the target, let me say blank for now. Go back to the browser, and once try to type in some data right here. Let me say Ali, for instance, Alibaba, for instance. Well, when I submit this, you can see that another window is open because I set target to be blank. So another window in my browser has been opened the moment I submitted my data. That's the target, and target blank, that's what it does. And another attribute that we're going to see is the method. What does a method do? The method, it actually specifies the HTTP method, or the way your data will be submitted. So this would be easy to show if I was using PHP or another server-side language, because we would see in action how these work. But these methods is get and post method. So there are two different methods, and they work in two different ways. So the post method has its way of working, the way it processes the data, and get also has uh, its way of processing the data. So there are two methods for the HTTP. Um, actually, the way you can submit your data from the form to another file that would process that data. Now, another attribute I'm going to check out is the autocomplete. What does the autocomplete do? So, if you say that autocomplete is, let's say, off, for instance, and you go back to the browser, refresh, when you try to type anything in your inputs, well, the input does not remember the last value that you typed in the input. But if for instance, if I say Ali, then I'm not gonna have any hint. But if this was on, autocomplete was on, go back to the browser, and as soon as I try to type in something in my input, I get a suggestion of the last values that I typed in. So I could select in any of these. For instance, I could say Allison, and the same applies to the last name input. I could say William, for instance. So it's very useful if you want to remember the value that you typed in the last time in your input. That's it, guys. Those are my three more attributes that I wanted to mention that you could add inside your form to uh, make use of them and to actually add some feature to your form.